What's up? It's that time of year again. It is the halfway point of the year. At this point, I'm going to assume you know the drill. Haven't really had a new influx of subscribers to explain myself to, but in case there's 2 people out there that are seeing this concept for the first time, 1, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. They always fall apart by March. And 2, and now I've developed this habit of celebrating my New Year's halfway through the year and setting goals halfway through the year. I will not go into more detail because it's not really important anymore. Anyways, so last year I made a video with going over the previous year's goals and if I met them, and then I created a new set of goals for the approaching year. And I'm going to do the same thing as always. So let's go over my last year's goals. Did I meet any of them? I will give you a warning in advance. It did not go well. So just to summarize for my future self, my personal goals are to learn Dance of Thorns, and if I have learned Dance of Thorns, here is now a clip of me playing Dance of Thorns. I did not learn Dance of Thorns, and I'm giving up now. I mean, I'm not giving up. I want to learn it to the point that I'm very comfortable with it, and then record it, and then put it on YouTube. That's my goal there. But I'm will not be renewing this goal. The next one is to finish tidying my room. That was one that I really, really wanted to do and didn't do because I had done it a year prior and had gotten really, really close to finishing and getting really close to tidying it fully, and then just fell apart. And so, my room just is back into disarray. And so I want to redo that. At least I know, the thing is I know the process now. I have improvements. I've already done the majority of the work, so I don't think it'll be as difficult. So yeah, I failed that one, and I will go over how I will fix that when I go over my updated goals. I want to get a real job. I actually really succeeded in this. In fact, I did it twice. So did I achieve the goal twice? I don't know. But I got a real job, and it's in body removal. Yay! So the first job that I had, I was there for less than a year, obviously. And it was okay. I was doing body removal. I was doing mostly morgue calls and just going to the morgue and bring them to the funeral home. And that was fine. It was not the worst job, but it also wasn't amazing. And I'm actually very glad that I worked there first because I ended up quitting that job and going to a new job. And the thing is, with the first job, they never offered me full time. That was honestly the biggest reason why I quit, was they just never offered full time, and I was stuck at part time. And so I ended up getting the same job, but at a different company. And I told my boss, they didn't give a shit. They're like, sure, fine. It's free training as far as we're concerned. So I was doing both jobs part-time for a few months, and then ended up liking the second company way more and quit the first job and went with the second job full-time because after a couple of shifts, they were like, people love you. You're good. We'll give you full-time whenever you want. And so I'm very happy with the second company that I worked with. But I'm very grateful that I worked at the first company. If I went back in time, I would do the same thing over again. Just because with the first company, I was just doing morgue calls. And the thing is that when you're in the funeral industry and you're working with the bodies a lot, you see some really messed up stuff. And with the new company, I'm on the scene more. I still do morgue calls, but now I do house calls, I do nursing homes, I do coroner calls, so stuff like trauma scenes and crime scenes, which is stuff like accidents, suicides, overdoses, that sort of thing. And the thing is that I guess the best way to explain it is that it's one thing to go to the morgue and open the body bag and put the tag on and know this person, say, hang themselves, and to see the rope marks around their necks. That's pretty fucked up, okay? That is objectively disturbing. But it is a completely different ballgame to actually go to their house and cut the person down, which is something that I've done. So I'm really grateful that I started with the first company, you know, as unhappy as I eventually was to the point that I left. I'm really glad that I started there because I got exposed to a lot of stuff in a very kind of neutral environment. You know, like just at the funeral home, like in the morgue, I got to see people in various conditions. It was more of a controlled environment, I guess. I would do it again. Because it really prepared me for like actually being on the scene, and you know, even if it's not something really fucked up, like it's just like doing a house call at, you know, someone who died at old age, it was an expected death, you know, the family's chill. It's still different because like you're actually interacting with the family and you're on like talking to them and being that first point of contact with the, you know, maybe they've never spoken to someone in the funeral industry, and like you're that first person that they're going to meet with. You know, sometimes they haven't even made an appointment with the funeral director. And so it's very different being that first point of contact. Whereas, you know, when I was just working with the first company, I was just seeing kind of the end result. Like I did a few calls, but, you know, I didn't really get to talk to the families. And that's something that I learned that I really enjoyed. I really enjoy being that first point of contact, and I like helping people, I guess. You know, like the thing is that like as someone who does body removal, like you're interacting with people who are grieving all the time, right? Because for a lot of people this is the worst day of their lives. But you know, I care about the people that we bring into our care, and so if I can make someone feel like, you know, I can't take away their pain, but if they can feel like their loved one is in good hands, then I'm happy and I've done my job. Yeah, that was like a weird long rant, but the point is that I did get a real job. I got a job in body removal. It's really weird, but I'm very happy that I have this job, and I'm happier than I've been in a long time. Very sleep deprived. Don't get me wrong, very sleep deprived, but very happy. And so yeah, I succeeded. I have a job though. Okay, and I did the goal twice, I guess. So maybe that makes up for the rest of it. And then my channel goals are to produce quality uploads whenever I want. I would say I was successful in this. I did not upload a lot, and that was partially because of work. Like the shifts are very long, they're very tiring. And so I didn't get a lot of opportunities to film. Like I stopped uploading 3 months ago, which is when I moved to full time. Like you can just see that. So that's why I haven't been uploading as much, but I'm very happy with the stuff that I did upload this year, even though it wasn't as much as I'd like it to be. So, yeah, I'm happy with what I did. And then obviously to finish my jacket, I did not finish my jacket, but I made some progress. And finally finish the ball project. Didn't finish the ball project either. I got very close. I'm getting closer. But the hole has still not been fully dug because it's very time consuming to dig a giant hole in Minecraft. Anyways, part 2. Goals for this year. I decided that this year was going to be the year of self-improvement. Like last year was a project heavy year of like do specific things, like do a jacket, like learn a song, do a specific project. Like I don't want to do that this year. I want this year's to be more about self-improving. The first one that I'm going to do is tidy my room. That one I'm renewing from last year, and yeah, so I'm just going to tidy my room. The first step for that is honestly going to be rereading the Marie Kondo book, because it's very inspiring, and you know, I really want to commit. Like, I really want to do a good job this time, and maybe I'll vlog parts of it. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want this to be like a private, personal thing, or maybe filming it will be good for accountability purposes. I haven't decided yet, so I don't know. But anyways, reread this book is step 1. I already have like a checklist of like all of the different categories to clean, and yeah, so there's that. The second one is to reduce my sugar consumption, mainly because I don't know how to put this, but I got fat. I'm the heaviest I've ever been. I'm super uncomfortable with my body. I genuinely considered just digging the hole and doing a voiceover, but I was like, no, I can't do that. The people must see me. So, yeah, I'm just like not happy. Like, I know like my body is pretty good, but it's just not, I'm just not comfortable in it. At the end of the day, I'm just not physically comfortable with how I look right now. I've never been this heavy. Part of it is muscle, like, especially since since I started working in body removal, like, if you lift, like, people are heavy, okay? Like, when the term dead weight, it does mean something, and over time, you just build a lot of strength and you build a lot of muscle. And so I have built a shitload of muscle, and so part of that is just heaviness from the muscle, but there is definitely, like, extra fat that is due to me eating very unhealthily and not trying. And so that I need to absolutely fix and change. So a big thing for me is eating excess sugar, like reaching for sweets a lot. And so I've done some research on it. And I think that, like, I don't want to be like hard and fast, absolutely zero sugar. That's not really healthy. That's kind of crash dieting. By the way, when I say cutting out sugar, I don't mean like whole sugars, I guess you could say, like stuff like, for example, an apple has sugars naturally, but it's also wrapped up in like fibers and minerals and other things, where something like added sugar would be something like a piece of cake, like has added sugars, refined carbohydrates. I'm gonna basically try to keep my added sugars down to like whatever the fucking recommend. I think it's like 25 grams. Something like that, 25, 30 grams a day. So that's going to be a big one, I think, this year. I just also want to feel better and stuff like that. The other one is workout 3 times weekly, no matter what. Even if it's like, it doesn't have to be an intense workout, but just like, even if it's just a walk, like an hour, 45 something, or 45 or 30, even 30-minute walk. Because of my job, again, like my job comes up a lot with these and it's a big barrier for me, but it's good to move. And I have definitely slacked off. Like, there's definitely been, like, on my days off, I can absolutely go to gymnastics. You know, I can go for a run after work, like a light jog, and I just don't. Partially, honestly, because I'm being fucking lazy. Like, I'll be real, I'm just being lazy at that point. There's some days, like, yeah, I'm just gonna just be too tired, and I'm going to allow myself to rest. But on my days off, and on days that were not super busy that day, like, yeah, I'm gonna start going to gymnastics again, run, and I'd like to restart my personal training. My personal trainer moved away, and so I've been slacking off on the parkour gym, and I definitely need to get back to that because I want to continue my mocap journey, which leads to the next thing, and that is going to be that I want this year to be involved in 3 things that are going to help me along my mocap journey. So, and I'm going to leave that pretty vague. Like, for example, when it comes to mocap, like, I'm interested in video game acting. So maybe that means, like, volunteering at Carleton University again, because I volunteered at Carleton University, and worked with the animation department and did, like, some demonstrations for students. Or maybe I can, you know, star in a short film and get some acting experience. Or maybe do a workshop, you know. I really want to do a theater workshop at some point, or, like, a class, like a series of classes, something to kind of get the more physical stuff, because I did a screen acting class, and so like I like series of classes, and so like I have some screen acting stuff down like under my belt, which is good for PCAP, like performance capture for like the face stuff. But I really need to do more like theater, because that's the kind of cool thing about motion capture, is that it's both screen acting for like film and TV sort of acting, as well as theater acting, because you know, you're standing in the volume, you're wearing this mocap suit, and the camera can be at any place at any point. You know, it could be like this close to your face, or it could be on the other side of the room, and you have no idea what the animators are going to do, and so you are fully acting the entire time. And so it's really challenging, but it's so much fun. I really want to focus on that and like try to get a little bit closer to my goal. And so I want to do 3 things that are going to help me. And so I know that there's a workshop coming up with the mocap vaults, so that's definitely going to be one of them. The other 2 I don't know, but, and if I can do more than 3, that's great. But for this year, I really want to do something that like I can add to my acting resume, you know? Let's put it that way. And then my last goal is going to be to work on my videos on my days off, because I want to improve my YouTube channel. You know, I'm really sad that you know, sometimes I check my YouTube studio and I see like, oh fuck, the time has kept going up, you know, I've abandoned my channel, and I'm like, oh, I can't abandon my channel though, you know, I want to post because I enjoy YouTube, and then also it'd be kind of cool if I could monetize it so I can make more money, you know, like I want to move out, and shit's expensive these days. I don't know if you've seen the housing market in Canada, and honestly the rest of the world, but it's really bad. Yeah, I definitely want to work more on my YouTube channel on my days off, or like there's some days that I do half days, and so it's like I can, like on the day that I'm doing half of a day of work, like I can absolutely work on my YouTube channel. There's really no excuse for that. So, I mean, other than being tired, but like I really need to get my ass into gear, especially if I want to be successful on this platform and do things that are fun. But yeah, so just to recap for my future self, as I do every year, first goal is going to be to tidy my room. I want to reduce my sugar consumption down to the recommended 25 grams per day of added sugars. I'm going to work out 3 times a week, no matter what it is, even if it's a light workout. I want to work out. I want to feel better. I want to look better also. I want to do 3 things this year that are going to advance my mocap dreams. And then I want to work on videos on my days off. So hopefully I was successful. My future self. Hopefully you can get all of these done, or at least most of them. That'd be really nice. It'd be nice to do a halfway point. You know, my 2025 halfway point will be the year that I actually do it, and that I actually, like, complete every single goal and don't need to review or, like, renew any of my goals. That is my 2024 halfway point. I will see you next year. Or in the next video, rather. Yeah, anyways, peace.